Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome on the Culture News. My name is David Serero, and I have the pleasure to have today over the phone on iHeart Radio this very, very talented actor and director. His name, ladies and gentlemen, is Chum Ehelepola. Let me spell it for you, Chum. C-H-U-M, Ehelepola. It's E-H-E-L-E-P-O-L-A. He's a wonderful, wonderful comedian that has been featured in both the small and silver screen. He has done a lot of things. And we're going to talk about Mulan from Disney coming up very, very soon. A wonderful, wonderful character that he has been doing and a lot of the other things that he has done as well. Ladies and gentlemen, over the phone, the one and only Mr. Chum Ehelepola. How are you today, sir?
I'm very well, thank you, David. How are you, buddy?
I'm very, very happy to have you over the phone. So congratulations for all the things that you've done. First of all, my first question is, where are you from and what brought you to become an actor?
That's a great question. My culture is Sri Lankan, so as you can tell by my surname, it's not a common surname, and it's originally from Sri Lanka. I grew up in Australia. We left Sri Lanka when it was a civil war, and so we kind of our family tried to get out of there as quick as we could. We settled in Australia, and that's my accent, it's an Australian accent. What got me to acting is really cool. I've always loved acting. I've loved the performance world. I loved all of that. In Australia, though, I ended up studying as a civil engineer. I'm a kind of a bit more of a cultural norm for us to kind of study something academic, and so I kind of followed that path. But I think as I was studying it, I knew I didn't want to do it, and after I graduated, I definitely knew I didn't want to do it, and I just always loved the performance world, and I basically bit the bullet and said, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go all the way. I was a late starter, and here I am.
And indeed, what a wonderful journey. So you're quite very versatile because you're an actor, you're directing, but you're also a comedian. What do you think? Your origins? First of all, your origins. The funniest people I know are from Sri Lanka. I promise you, they're naturally born funny. Just when they shake their hands, they make you laugh. Just when they ask you what time it is, they are funny, because it's a culture of generosity, and comedy is about being generous. People have no idea how much risk you're taking, especially nowadays. But it's about a generosity, and I love this culture. And don't get me started on the food in Sri Lanka, man.
Oh my goodness! Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. So, do you think your origins and the fact that you moved to Australia and kind of working in all the best places and a lot of wonderful projects, a lot of Asian-oriented stuff also. Do you think that made you who you are today?
I think it definitely has made me who I am today, without a doubt. Comedy is a really interesting beast because, what's driving comedy is the truth, and most great comedians, comedy actors, improv actors, we're all just searching for the truth of something. It's kind of not just saying knock-knock jokes or trying to make people laugh. It's actually trying to get people to see the truth. And if people can laugh to see it or laugh to see something that's poignant and deep, then that's the success of comedy. And culturally with us, we come from a very rich tapestry, Sri Lanka. And, if I look at some of my uncles or if you look at some of my, cousins and people in Sri Lanka, some of them are just so big and so wild. And there's just it's kind of like if you look at certain Europeans, you know what I mean? There's just this beautiful, large, bold vibrancy to them. But then also in Sri Lanka, there's a conservatism to them. Some of my family are just, it's kind of like you're talking to a tree, there's nothing coming out of them. And someone else, like you're talking to the freaking Niagara Falls. There's so much activity, but it's all who we are. And I think when I play comedy, I'm able to find that part of myself because I am a mixture of all of that stuff. And I'll do some TV shows where the comedy is just completely dry and straight. And so I'll tap into that part of me that's, an academic or a conservative, like in my behavior. But then I'll do something that's a bit more wild and big, and then I'll kind of cut to my wild, large Sri Lankan personality. But they're all truthful, So yeah, I think you're right. Definitely, my culture has shaped my comedy and the different styles of it, without a doubt.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I would say your career is very eclectic in your choices. You go with a lot of beautiful projects. There is one that really, I would say, caught my attention is How to Talk Australians, a TV miniseries in 2014. You were also in a lot of other TV series, Sequestrated, Courtside, to name a few, No Activity, that's the name of the series, Lodge 49, Stateless, which you actually filming, and of course, Mulan, what a great project. Can you tell me how that project was brought to you?
Mulan?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I just went through the normal process of, auditioning and stuff like that, and my agency brought this audition to me. I found it super interesting that, first of all, I love the story of Mulan. I'm a big fan of the animation. And, as an actor, when you get a chance to audition for a huge studio film, you definitely, your ears perk up, And I did the audition, and the casting director I love, she's so wonderful. I think what really kind of woke me up to this project was the director, Nikki Caro, who directed one of my all-time favorite films, Whale Rider, which came out of New Zealand, and that film changed my life. So when I knew that someone like Nikki Caro was helming Mulan, I just knew immediately this film was going to be given really like a beautiful consideration with a director like that. So for me, one, it's kind of be involved in Mulan, which would be great, in a beautiful story about a female hero. Like, what an amazing story. And two, to work with one of my female heroes, Nikki Caro, was just a huge honor. It made me nervous. I was sweating and biting my nails all the time during this audition. But when we did the audition, she was so generous. She was so gorgeous. She's so about the performances. And then when I ended up getting the job, I couldn't have been more grateful, because what a gorgeous project to be involved in.
Indeed, this is like a project of a lifetime. I'm sure you're going to have more of these, but this is like, when you have a foot with Disney and such a great, everybody knows Mulan, it's a very great thing. So I'm sure it's going to bring you a lot of luck, a lot of good things, and you're definitely a great asset for them as well. So besides Mulan, what are your next projects?
Well, at the moment, I'm on this show Lodge 49, as you previously mentioned. That's with another fantastic actor, Paul Giamatti. He's EPing it, and he's starring in it, and it's for AMC. And in that I'm playing the opposite character of what I'm playing in Mulan, and I love that project because the character is really interesting. The tone of the show is really an interesting kind of comedy / drama, but super real, super grounded. A really interesting project. If anyone gets a chance to watch it. As I said before, I just finished shooting an episode of Stateless, which is got Cate Blanchett in it, and that's for Australian television, which hopefully they'll do a deal and it'll come out here in the US. That's a real personal project as well for me, because that's kind of the subject matter is about refugees and detention centers and stuff like that. And as a Sri Lankan who grew up with quite a lot of war around me, and seeing the kind of horrific nature of that, and having two parents who loved us so much and didn't want us to be around that environment, and what they had to do to get us out. That project was very personal to me and resonated, and I'm really glad that I got the chance to go and do that. I think I'm actually kind of enjoying a little bit of a break now. Those projects have all finished up. I've got two beautiful little children who I'm trying to raise and be balanced human beings. And so I'm really kind of focused on that and looking forward to see what the next project is that comes up, and also very much looking forward to the release of Mulan and taking on that journey and seeing where that ends up as well.
And definitely a lot of great things will come to you, and of course, we send our regards to your children, and congratulations for balancing
thank you so much.
the career and everything. And if you stop by New York, please let us know. This is your show. You can definitely, you are our guest at any time.
The next show that I've possibly got lined up, which is looking pretty good, is filming in New York. So thank you so much for the invitation.
Yeah,
so if it comes my way, I'll be hanging out with you guys. We can go eat some Sri Lankan food in New York, hey?
Oh yeah, please take us. If you pay, we're coming. You know what I mean?
I'm sure one of my uncles owns the restaurant.
So you know what I mean? Like, if you give us some good Sri Lanka food, I'm your friend forever. You know what I mean? I'm going to be stalking on you every single day, waiting for the food. Sometimes just throw me a piece of bread. Man, the bread is so good over there, man. They do something with the bread.
They do. My mum does this roti, and it's just phenomenal. I don't have my mum here at the moment. They all live in Australia. My mum was here. She was here a couple of months ago, and all I did was wake up and eat curry and go to sleep.
Oh, man, please. Just put it a little bit of curry for me. Attach it on an email and send it to me by email. I wish you could do that with the food, man.
Well, you know what? If you go on my Instagram, there is an amazing picture of a curry that my mother made for me, and it was unbelievable. I had to take a picture of it.
Well, let me tell you, we're all going to follow you on Instagram, which is your first and your last name together.
Chum Ehelepola, yep.
Exactly. And now you have a new follower, and you're going to have a lot of followers. Oh, yeah, I see the food. Oh, my God, that's hot. That's really hot.
Isn't it? Oh, my God, it's amazing.
That's really, really hot. Oh, yeah.
I'm a foodie. I love it.
No, but you know what? That goes by the heart and the stomach. Generosity,
to the soul. It ends up at your soul.
Exactly, to the soul. And it's definitely, you have that big heart and that big soul. This is why you are having the career that you have, this wonderful, wonderful achievement, a wonderful guest of the day. Chum Ehelepola. Chum Ehelepola is spelled Ehelepola. He's in that wonderful upcoming Disney film, Mulan. Don't miss it. He's going to be playing the part of Ramtish. This is for, I believe, March 2020. So I count on everyone to definitely be at the first row to watch the wonderful performance of our dear friend Chum Ehelepola. And also a lot of other projects coming up for him. So please check him out. More music to come now on iHeart Radio. We say hello to our dear friend Ed Solozano. More music to come on iHeart Radio. David Serero today. Stay tuned.